Welcome to Season 7, Episode 9 of the Heart of Bastrop Talk Show. I'm TJ Finn.
And I'm Connie Schroeder.
And boy, do we have a fun episode today.
Oh, no pun intended with the fun.
No pun intended. Should we tell them, or maybe we'll just let them?
We're here with Stacy Braden with the Gravity District, and I'm so excited to be able to introduce. Some folks don't know about Gravity District. It's such a great opportunity for people to work out in a new, unique way.
This is true. And I get a lot of people that come in. We've been there about a year and a half almost. And they're like, I've never heard of you. And I was just walking by. We're in the same plaza as Going Postal, the mail place right across from Home Depot. And they're like, I was just over here going to the mail place or going to the dentist. And I saw you and I wondered, what was that in the windows that I saw? Because we do a lot of aerial arts, which is circus type apparatus, and they see all the silks and bright things, and they come in and ask me and say, I didn't even know you were here. But we are definitely, I think, the most unique place in Bastrop to get in a workout.
People are peeking in the window and they think it's stripper poles, and it's not. That's not what she's doing.
No, not really. But we do have pole fitness. So I do have 7 poles at my studio. I'm actually, I geek out a little bit about it because they are competition height. I don't know if any folks know that actually pole is internationally recognized as a official sport now. It's headed to the Olympics. And so what I have in my studio is actually full competition compliant. So I'm actually pretty proud of that. But we also do aerial silks. So like the fabric people say, I see these things on TV called the ribbons. They look like ribbons. And I was like, oh yeah, so that's aerial silk. And then we also have a similar apparatus that makes a big loop instead of the 2 big tails that is called sling. So we also have that. We have an aerial apparatus called a lyra, which is a metal hoop that you can do workouts on, make shapes in it, above it, around it.
So if you're looking for a different workout,
it's a different kind of workout.
And I always want to support Stacy as a female entrepreneur,
and
it's a real family effort. I know that your husband has helped with building stuff. Stacy thinks it and he builds it for us.
I love it.
Yes, in fact, so we've done showcases there. We are very interested in performance art. And so, speaking of my wonderful husband, it was probably the one thing that got installed without a hitch, bless his heart. So we have these huge, the ceilings are 21 feet high. So we have these big floor-to-ceiling curtains, and he put in this big track for them to go on, and worked first time. So I was very proud of him.
Hey, it's always helpful.
And so some people may be intimidated by the studio, but you've got some classes to help them out.
We have all kinds of things. So I really call us a total movement center. So I mentioned the aerial arts, but we balance that out with cardio classes as well. But we don't have any like ellipticals. If that's what you love, fantastic. But we have bar classes. So I do have it's like a combination of a fusion of like Zumba, Pilates, strength training. And so we have that class a couple times a week, a lot of low impact cardio and core and abs. We also have bungee. There's only 2 bungee places in this whole area. The other one is in Austin, and we're the only one, of course, in Bastrop. So we have bungee fitness. People come in all the time and say, I saw this on TikTok. Can I do it? I'm like, sure, let's try a few classes. It's super, super fun, low impact, like I said, cardio. We have folks that are teenagers all the way through in their 70s taking that class, or higher if you want to be, again, it's really any age. We also have chair dance classes. We have stretching and classes like that. So that's really something for everybody at the studio.
As opposed to your clients that come in with, I've seen this on TikTok, you were involved in it for a long time and got tired of driving to Austin, right?
True, yeah. So I've been an aerialist and a poler for about 10 years. Started on a fluke. I actually had an injury and I couldn't do my other passion, which is actually motorcycle riding. I'm a huge motorcycle fan. And also a coach in that area as well. And so I couldn't ride for a while. And so I took some other type of easy type dance classes in Austin, and then it kind of morphed and I found out about this other thing and it turned out to be pole. And so I was doing it forever in Austin, but I've actually lived in Bastrop for 17 years. So everything was taking me into Austin. And a couple of years ago, I got laid off during COVID and I had call it like the COVID crisis. And I decided, what am I going to do? And so I thought, I want to be more involved in the community, and this is something I love, and I know Bastrop is growing, and so let's bring it here. So that's really how it kind of came to be.
Leave it to a woman to solve a problem.
There you go. There's a problem y'all didn't even know you had. She fixed it. I love that. A lot of people don't realize this, but I'm a fan of what's called polyvagal theory, right? And in our lives, when we go through things that upset us or we go through traumas, it puts us, our sympathetic nervous system kicks in, and it puts us in this state of fight or flight.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that can be helpful with that is the stretching, the taking care of your body. And your ventral nerve is connected to your throat and your eardrums. And the vibrations caused by listening to the music and humming and moving, it affects that and gives you a sense of calm. That's why Buddhists and monks do the because it brings them down to this level of calm. And this sounds like something that's perfect for if you've been through a traumatic event and you need something to kind of get back into your body, right? And to feel alive again.
Yeah.
Right.
We have a wonderful class on Tuesdays. It's called Sensual Flow, but we actually turn the lights off, and we have ambient lights just kind of on the ground. And it's just like that. We spend a long time just doing a slow, we kind of call it juicy warm up, just reconnecting brain and body. That's really the whole point of that. So it's a lot more going on in the studio than maybe folks realize, but that's why, again, I call it like a total movement. We also talk about kind of along what you were just saying, breathing, like, I'm always like, are y'all breathing?
right.
And everybody kind of laughs, but then
they laugh, and then they realize they've been holding their breath.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, oh my gosh, yeah. So
and we can disconnect from our bodies, and people don't realize, especially when you're experiencing trauma, or you can whatever, and if you have that sense of just being disconnected, right? And you run your nails across your forearm and you don't feel that sharpness, that means you're disconnected, right? And so to go into things, taking a holistic approach to your health. We're in a time when we're so busy. We're always doing something. We're busy. And we don't take the time out to care for ourselves. So this is a great thing for self-care.
I love it. I love that you think that, because I certainly feel that way, because I didn't start doing this until I was 40, and I see this as a journey for myself, because it's something that stuck with me, and it stuck with me for a reason, because I do feel connected to myself, and I feel connected to the other people around me, and that's what I'm really trying to bring, as a place where, like you mentioned, it can be intimidating. I remember the first class I went to, I was like, where am I? What am I doing here? I was so nervous, and so I understand that completely, but when people walk in the doors, I want them to be like, oh, this is cool, I can work out, it's not just about a workout. It's about your whole health. So I can get strong, I can get flexible, but it's also about like your mental, your emotional health, and fine. That's why I call it a district. It's like your home,
Yes,
that's great.
And it really is for any age. We actually start classes at age 2. So on Tuesdays, we have acro tumbling. We have a class called Little Dippers. It's so cute. They're adorable. And then we have a class after that called Comets. And so that's tumbling for recreational tumbling for age, 2 to 5, 6 to 9. Yes, for Comets.
Wow.
And then we started July of 2022. We had 1 kids class on the schedule, and now we have 7.
Wow.
So you've talked about a lot of classes. If people want to find out, what's the
true.
very best way to get the full schedule?
So just go to gravitydistrict.com. Of course, we've got our website. And then we are on Instagram as well, just Gravity District. And they can see our full schedule on our website, on our Instagram. Of course, there's a link to our link tree. It's got our schedule as well. And then just call us, text us, email us.
Well, you can see what a sweetheart Stacy Braden is, and her staff is equally as sweet. And what you need to do is check out the Gravity District right here in Bastrop.
Genesis Laser Aesthetics here in Bastrop, Texas, we offer the most advanced technology in facial rejuvenation and body contouring. With pelvic floor strengthening, M-Cella is an FDA-approved treatment for urinary incontinence. M-Sculpt Neo can reduce fat by 30% and increase muscle mass by 25%. How about a facelift without needles, surgery, or downtime? Don't drive to Austin. Our friendly staff will be glad to set up a free consultation. 512-581-5016.
So we're here with Stephen Former, and hopefully you guys remember him. He's with Bastrop Comedy Club.
Which I want to tell you guys to be the first, but we've been voted #1 comedy club in Bastrop.
All righty.
3 years in a row.
Yay. 3 years in a row. That's amazing.
Everybody wants to bring up, well, there's no competition. Let's not talk about that. Let's just talk about,
talk about number one.
How good this club is.
Number one is number one.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about,
You
okay? You want to come at us, Elgin? You want to come at us, Taylor? Or Smithville? Come at us, but we're going to take you down.
Take
all right?
Take you down.
Well, so that means that you're the one and only, and you are recruiting
But-
some fabulous people.
Exactly. We could rest on the laurels. We could be like, hey, there's no competition. Let's just put up anybody over there. And a lot of comedians would like that because there's a lot of bad comedians trying to get booked. Nobody hustles like a bad comedian. Hey, can I get on? Can I get on? Can I get on? Can I get on? And, you know, you got to be a filter. You know, as much as you hate the term gatekeeper, there's got to be some in there. And we put the best in there. We've got comedians. We've had some big names up there. We got comedians. I can't even get on there anymore. They're too big now. They're too famous.
Wow.
We have this Irish guy, David Nihill. He's out touring, doing one-nighters, selling out shows like months ahead of time. But we got him like during COVID. He was down here, and we had him headline over there. We've got guys like Bill Dawes, who's been on a lot of big TV shows, acting. And he comes out there. We have a headline. Like we have like headliners. People are like, when's he coming back? When's he coming back? We got regulars that are there almost every single week. Like they're passionate about this place. So.
Well, you're saying
Amazing.
we, but you do all the work.
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't want to make it seem like I'm too big of a deal, you know. And I'm trying to get some people in there. I'm trying to get some delegation going on. You know, I read a book called Lazy CEO. I got to learn how to like let other people do stuff because now. Phil Malley likes what I'm doing here in Bastrop, so now I'm, you know, working with the Terrell location.
Nice.
So we have that going on every week,
Nice.
and there's discussions of the Weatherford location doing comedy too. So that's going to be 3 places, and then I got other shows I'm doing. I got my own comedy career where I'm out headlining, going out and doing shows. I make sketches every week. I got all kinds of other stuff. So I'm trying to find a way to like get everything going on while still keeping consistent quality with all this going on.
Absolutely, because that's what's bringing people back.
Yeah.
So apparently you are a very good gatekeeper of comedians.
Well, I mean, yeah, I hate that.
Funny.
Yeah, I mean, I watch people. I watch them. You know, I'm sitting in there like this. You know, and you know, and if I see a bad show, you know, and no matter how good I get, you know, people get in there and they'll like play around, and you know, I've seen some bad stuff in there. And I want to walk out because I'm cringing so bad. I'm like, no, you booked it. You sit there and you watch it.
You deserve it.
You remember, you write it in. You remember this every time, like you want to be nice and let that person back on the show. No, I remember what happened last time.
Right. And you know, now that you're looks like you're working towards putting together a circuit of comedy, that's helpful that you've been able to see so many different comedians in that show.
Exactly, because there's going to be people coming in. I got people coming in from New York and LA, and I want to get them. I don't want to have them on one show because a lot of people want to come in for Austin. They want to come in and do Austin, but you know, some of these people are headliners. Austin, you're only going to get showcase spots. Right. Like you're going to get like 10 minutes here, 5 minutes here, 15 minutes here. You know, and it was cool. You hung out with some other comedians and you were at like a club. But, you know, some of these guys are headliners. They want to go out and do their 45-minute. They want to actually make some money.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And there's some other places like, you know, they'll have like places outside like North. Like Waco is doing this. Tyler, they got these little clubs. And then I hear what they're paying. I'm like driving up there for that. And then they'll say like, well, we don't really make anything off concessions. I don't. They don't go to the venue. I still pay. I get everybody paid fair. So, you know, if you want quality, you got to pay them quality. And I mean, yeah, they're getting paid with a really good show, amazing audience. They're making lots off merch. I've had comedians make like $700, $800 off of merch sales because people are so grateful for them coming down. But they get paid on top of that, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Well, it's a talent. It's a business. It's hard. You have to work at it, and they deserve to be compensated.
Well, I mean, a lot of comedians who are like booking shows, like nobody got. A lot of these people, they didn't get into comedy because they wanted something with work ethic and to work, you know.
Right.
It's like when you meet like a lazy drug dealer. It's like, well, of course, they didn't become a drug dealer because they wanted like to work. They wanted to not work. And that's how a lot of comedians are. So, you know, you don't find a lot of that. But I have like this weird mixture where I have like that strong Protestant work ethic, guilt, however I got it, and then comedy. So I kind of mix them.
Gotta put this together.
Yeah, yeah. I can't say enough good things about myself. No.
Well, that gatekeeper is if people are going to keep coming back, it needs to be a funny show, not just my three best friends.
Yeah, exactly. Because, you know, a lot of, within comedy, they just book their friends, they hang out, smoke some weed after the show. And with this, you know, I've seen so many shows that are like, their first show sells out because it's the middle of nowhere. You know, it could have been like Bastrop. Everyone, I want to see comedy because a lot of people are coming. They've never seen live comedy before. It's the first time ever watching a live show. So they'll come out. And then that wasn't that good. I'm not paying like $15 to drink minimum. Yeah, exactly. And they don't do it. This is a show that runs every week. So I want every week to be like, oh, well, we got to come back next week. We got to come back next week. So we got so many regulars that it's like they're always there. Like I know them now, you know.
That's wonderful.
It's great.
And so you're every Saturday night at what time?
Every Saturday night at 8. And this December 30th is going to be our first time ever having a 2-night show.
2 nights.
Wow.
The one and only Bastrop's own Scott Hardy will be headlining.
That's awesome.
So he always
He's
sells out.
Hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah,
He's
it.
more than one character. He's like a one-man show.
yeah.
He's multiple characters up there. So he always sells out. So let's say, hey, instead of selling out one show in one night, let's sell out 2 shows in one night.
So 2 shows the same night.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if it was going to be the 30th and New Year's Eve.
No. We did New Year's Eve last year. That was a sellout. That was a good one. So this time we're going to do 2 shows. I believe that's going to be 7 and 10. It's on the website. And depending on the success of this, I've always wanted to get it where we're doing multiple shows. So we're going to play around with the idea. So if everybody can spread the word, come out and do the shows, start packing it out, we can start doing more shows and all that.
Yeah, so you can have some options. You know, there's not a lot of things to do after a certain time here in Bastrop, right? So if you could get in that late night show, I'm sure people would.
Yeah, cause I thought for a while that if we got 2 shows that might cannibalize the first show and get it like 2 half-full shows.
Crowds.
But that's what I started thinking. It's 2 different crowds. And I was up there doing the Looney Bin. I was talking to the manager over there in Little Rock, and he was like, it's going to be 2 different crowds, and you already got the place, so why not have a second show and see what happens, you know?
Yeah. There'll be folks that are eating dinner at 7, and they're looking for something to do.
Yeah.
Right.
And then there's people that want to be home at 9 o'clock, and you can handle them all.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like what else is there to do, you know? So they could find something else to do for the late nights. There's the earlier crowd, the later crowd. So I feel like that's a good thing to try out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm all
Well,
for that.
obviously, Film Alley thinks it's a good thing as well, or they wouldn't be giving you other venues.
Yeah. I'm glad that they've wanted to work on this because you work with a lot of venues and you just kind of sit here like this. Okay, show me what you can do. You know,
Be funny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. But they wanted to put into this, and you know, when the venue and the promoter are both working together, they can get a lot of stuff done. And they ask me questions on how they can, you know, grow it. So I like that. So that's why I say we, because there is like a team there that helps with everything. You know, and we've got it to where we have wait staff now. We got displays up there where you see the comedians' names and their social media handles where you can follow them. And we got proper stage lighting and proper stereo. All that stuff's slowly come over time. So I'm excited to see what we can keep, you know, doing out there.
So remind everybody, how much is it and what time and what place?
It is still only $15. I know it should be 20. It should be 25, but we've kept it at 15. 2-item minimum, drink, food, whatever you want to do. And that's it.
Saturday night?
Saturday nights.
7 p.m. Can they go on Film Alley's website to get tickets?
Yes.
Okay, great.
We'll have about like the next 8 or 10 shows listed on there. You can follow us on social media at Bastrop Comedy Club. And we even got like a mailing list so you can find out which comedians are coming in, your favorites, and you can find out the bios of who these people are, what they've been on, and do some research and all that kind of stuff about who you're going to come see, you know.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming here and talking about your amazing comedy club.
Appreciate
and thank you for making Bastrop County laugh.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. Let's do it.
Well, TJ, Stacy Braden, she just makes my heart happy.
I know.
I
She's
love
so nice.
women going into business, and she can make your heart happy too.
Absolutely, and make your body move, right?
There you go. There you go.
We all need that good movement. Of course, laughing makes you move too. So how about Bastrop Comedy Club, Stephen Farmer? Wow.
How lucky is Bastrop to have that type of talent right here available every Saturday
Absolutely.
for $15?
$15. You don't even have to drive to Austin. You can eat, you can drink all in the same place and watch some amazing comedy.
We're blessed here in Bastrop.
Yes, we are. And you don't want to miss an episode of the Heart of Bastrop Talk Show. So go to theheartofbastrop.com or follow us on our new YouTube channel. Just look up The Heart of Bastrop. And we'll see you guys next week.